So in the binding, there are again two types of binding. First one is the compile time binding, which is also called as static binding, and the second one is the dynamic binding. We have seen the static binding, and this static binding is done with the help of object pointer. Okay, means the pointer which stores the address of object, then that pointer is called as object pointer. Now we will see the dynamic binding. Dynamic binding. So what is the meaning of dynamic binding? It is also said to be a runtime binding. It is also called as runtime binding or late binding. Means, what is the meaning of this? Dynamic binding or the late binding means, in this method, the decision to establish the link between the function call and the function definition is made at the runtime. So that's why this binding is called as runtime binding or the late binding. Means the link between the function call and the function definition is made at the runtime. That's why we are calling this type of binding as the late binding or the runtime binding. Okay, and to achieve this, we have to use the virtual function. So what is the virtual function? Virtual function is the name which is we can define the virtual function using virtual keywords. Okay, so generally the virtual functions are associated with the base class. Means we can define the virtual function in base class, and that virtual function of the base class we can, or we have to define or redefine inside the derived class also. So firstly we have to define the virtual function in a base class with virtual keyword, and that function we have to redefine in derived class without virtual keyword. Okay, so yesterday we have seen one example also. So in that, we define one class. Suppose my class is base. Okay, and I can derive the class derived publicly from the base class. Okay, then suppose I want to define the virtual function in a base class, because virtual function is associated with the base class only. So here I am defining the virtual function under public access specifier with the help of virtual keyword. So virtual, then return type of the function is suppose void, then function name is fun or fun. You can write the statement within this block, function block or method block. Okay, so if there is a statement in fun method, so now this is the virtual function. Okay, so we have to redefine this virtual function in derived class but without the virtual keyword. So in this derived class I'm redefining the same function which is in base class but without the virtual keyword, because it is only associated with the base class. So in this case we can use the virtual function like this. Okay, fine. So you can use the virtual function associated with the base class also. This is said to be a dynamic binding. So decision of function call and the function definition is made at the runtime or at the dynamically, or this link is established dynamically. So hence it is said to be a dynamic binding. Clear? So now we will see example so that you can understand. So now we will see one example. So in that, I'm creating a new file. So this is the program of dynamic binding with virtual function. Fine. So next one is hash include iostream.h. Firstly include all the files. Then hash include conio.h. Then we have to declare one class. Suppose my class name is 1. Okay. Then I'm deriving class 2 publicly from class 1, which is the base class. Class 1 is the base class and class 2 is the derived class. Now in main I can create object of the classes. So void main function is also required. So now in class 1 I'm declaring one data member as n1. Under public access specifier I'm declaring virtual function with virtual keyword, then return type of the function and function name. Suppose fun is my function name. So in this function, I'm assigning the value to n1 as 10. You can accept this value from the user also. It depends on your choice. But for example, I'm taking this value at compile time. Now I'm printing the same value on the screen. N1 is equal to 10. Oh, sorry, not 10. Here you have to print the values N1. Fine. So this is the virtual function. So I need to redefine this function in derived class also, in to class also. But class 2 also has its own member. So N2 is the data member of class 2. Then under public access specifier, I can redefine this virtual function in class 2 without using a virtual keyword. So the return type of the function is void. Then name of the function is fun. And in that I'm giving the value to n1. Suppose my value of n2 is 20. You can give any value or you can accept this value at the runtime also from the keyboard or from the user. And over here I'm going to print the value of n1 on this n2 on the screen. So n2 is equal to value which contains in n2. So here method overriding takes place because I'm defining the same function or I'm redefining the same methods in derived class also, but using virtual keyword. Okay. Now as we know that in main function we create object of the class, right? So CLR SCR first of all. So we are creating the object of class. So here I'm creating first of all sorry, here I'm creating the object of base class, which is the one class. So O1 is the object of base class. So here it is a base class object. Okay, O1 is the base class object. Okay, now I am declaring the object pointer. An object pointer always object pointer is again associated with the base class also. So I need to define the object pointer which points to the object O1. As we know that this O1 has the data type or the type as a class name, means 1 is the class name. So our object pointer should also have a type which is same as the class name 1. So here is 1.